Hey, it's Matt on Comics, and this is my review of Robin. It's a five-part series by DC, of course. And this is the story of Tim Drake and his assuming the mantle of Robin. He's the third iteration of his character after, of course, Dick Grayson and Jason Todd, who went by the Joker. And it's written by Chuck Dixon. Tom Lyle did the penciling, and Bob Smith is the inker on this one. It starts off basically with, I've made some notes because it was just really good. It starts off with Tim Drake kind of analysing why he's becoming the Robin, whether he deserves to be Robin, and he feels like he's got a lot to live up to. So, like Bruce Wayne did, travelled around the world and gained his experience and trained and everything, he wants to go off and find his own way. So he goes to Paris and he trains with this gentleman in a like a Buddhist style of martial arts, which also covers medicine. And he trains with the old man for the medicine and with his #1 student for the actual kickassery. And that gets him involved with a street gang after trying to protect a girl he meets at a club. And it kind of drags him down into this, rescuing this undercover DEA agent. What was his name? It was Clyde Rawlins. Of course, he's on the track of this guy called King Snake, and there's also another character, Lady Shiva. She goes to visit this one guy to basically beat him at open hand technique. He's supposed to be the best, but King Snake got there before and beat his ass. Now she wants to find King Snake to basically kill him and become the queen of kick-ass. So it has them running across France. It has them searching out a Nazi biological weapon, which the King Snake has tried to get his hand on. And then it has them going over to Hong Kong for the final kind of showdown. And along the way, Tim Drake is like learning his own rhythm, his own reason for fighting, and he's very much the detective that Batman is, and that's his strength. And with the loss of his mother and his father in a really bad, like, paralysing state, he's got that strength to him, which like pushing him to do better and be better. And he's probably the most like Batman out of all his proteges. And this is just a wonderful becoming of the Robin, and how he makes that position his own. Seeing the case from start to finish. I'm not going to go into amazing depth about the story because it's for you to read, because you will love this. It is such well written. Let's see. One thing I will say, King Snake, of course, he's like a British aristocrat, and he deals in like heroin and all kinds of manner of nasty stuff. And it's just, it has so much backstory, and you got a bit of Interpol involved, and it is just brilliant. I really enjoyed this, and I read this over a couple of hours. I like to break it up, and I do apologise for the big bangs and everything. It's of course bonfire night. My dog's a bit like shitting itself. But yeah, I really enjoyed this, and I definitely recommend anyone actually picking it up. It's spot on. Um, and I thank you, Stacey, for getting this for me. It is a brilliant book, and well, books, and I think I'm gonna have to hunt down the second volume of it now because I really like the Tim Drake character. I think he's a brilliant Robin. Of course, I know he goes on to become Red Robin, um, and his own kind of person, a bit like Dick Grayson did with Nightwing. But you hear about Nightwing, you don't hear about Red Robin, which I'm looking forward to reading more about. Please comment, subscribe, thumbs up, and let me know what you thought, if you read this book or not. And have a nice bonfire night. Bye.